This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2018 Gray Wolf Limited, model number 26 DBH. So I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. This isn't a sales video, it's just sort of a how-to video. So we'll just go over some of the features. So here we are at the door side rear. And you have regular scissor type stabilizers. This here is the black tank flush. Just so you know, after you dump your black tank on the other side of the trailer where the valves are, you can leave the valve open, the black tank valve open, like it says on this sticker here. Always have it open. Then you can screw the hose at the dump station onto here, turn it on. It'll spray out the inside of your black tank. It'll clean off the sensors so you get a good accurate reading, that sort of thing. So if there's a working hose that hasn't been run over or smashed or anything like that at the dump station, it's a good idea to do that. Okay, now you have a power awning, outside speakers, of course, a TV mount, and signal and power for a TV. You should always have this hose hanging out like it is. That's for condensation that's created during the refrigeration process, so that should always be hanging out like that. This is your, we just washed it here so it's wet, this is your outside shower slash sprayer for kids and dogs and feet and bicycles, whatever you need to hose down. Okay, and up here, this is the vent for the range hood. So if you're going to be venting to the outside, you always want to reach up and see how this is flapping freely. You always want it to flap freely like that. You can push it in and lock it into place, but when you're venting, you always want it open. This is just, I believe, a refrigerator, just an AC refrigerator, and what do we got here? And a cooktop. Now, let me look down here. The cooktop has to be plugged in. So this is a quick connect here at the for the LP system. So you clip it onto there, and you'll have that's where you get your gas supply from. Okay. Moving further, this is just if you were going to purchase a solar panel to charge your battery, a portable panel, then this is a Furrion brand. This is their proprietary hookup here, I believe. But that's all this is if you wanted to get one of those, you could hook it up right there. Now you have this is your hitch here. It's a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. It's a good one, and we're going to show you how that operates when you pick up. So we'll let you know. We'll train you on that when you're picking up your trailer. You have a power tongue jack. Now let me look over here just to see what we have with this here. Whoop, let me go the other way. Bear with me. Alrighty. Okay, so this particular jack has a kind of a hex on it, and you can crank this manually if you can get a crank on there and crank it. You can also always hook and unhook it manually if you have a power failure or just a failure period. So you can always get yourself hooked and unhooked, or hitched and unhitched, I'm sorry. Okay, this two LP tanks, of course, that are full, a deep cycle marine battery, which is brand new. This is your water heater here. So this one works on both gas and electric. So this switch right here, this rocker switch on and off, that controls the electric heating element that's under here. So make sure you always have water in the tank before you turn that on. Now to light it on gas, the switch is inside the trailer. I'll show you that when we get to it. And this is the drain for it. It takes an 1 1/16" 6-point socket, and it's also got an anode rod attached to it. So keep that in mind. Okay, I can do this one hand here. I'm going to have to use my elbow here. Okay. That's just cable through the inside of the trailer. Now, just so you know, the slide room, there's different types of slide rooms. This one is called a Schwintech, even though it's owned by Lippert now, which is a major corporation that makes trailer components, but it's still referred to in the business as a Schwintech. So that's what you have here. You can tell by the 2 rails on each side of the slide room. You have a 30 amp, 30-foot power cord. As you can see, these are your water hookups here. So you have your city water hookup right here. All you do is hook the hose on there and turn it on and you're all set. Now if you're camping someplace where they don't have plumbing on the campgrounds, at the campsites I should say, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here. So you can fill it up and use the onboard pump to pump the water. Everything will work just as though you had city water, even if you don't. I'll show you where the switch for the pump is when we get inside. But you got 2 ways. If you have city water, you don't have to worry about the fresh water tank or the pump, any of that. Okay, it's another shower slash sprayer. You have your valves here. Okay. The larger one is always the black valve, which is toilet water and waste. The skinnier one is always sink and shower water. So like I said, when I was showing you the black tank flush, you would dump it with this black tank valve right here. Then you would leave the valve open when you hook up the sprayer, so you can spray out the inside of the tank. So keep that in mind. That's where that happens. This is just this is your dump hose here. Okay, and that's a little reducer to reduce your hose down to, or I'm sorry, your plug down to 20 amp plug if you need to plug it at home to get packed up into something like that. Okay, you have this housing tells us this is pre-wired for a backup camera. So we take a Furrion camera that fits in that housing if you were interested in getting that. You have a ladder already, which makes it easy to inspect the roof. The manufacturer says you should inspect it every 90 days. Just make sure you go up there and look around periodically to make sure there's no damage to the roofing material or no cracking or separation where water can get in, anything like that. Just give it an inspection. All right. Of course, this folds down. Okay. You have 2 doors. This one goes to a bathroom here. You can access it from the outside. And of course, your main door is over here. Let's go inside and see what we got here. Okay. So, we have the lights here. Your slide room button is right here. In and out for your slide room, right here. Your awning is right here. Extend and retract, which is right here. Never leave it out unattended. Always roll it in when you're not going to be there. I told you could light your water heater on gas. That's done right here. To turn the water pump on to pump out of the fresh water tank, and also use it to winterize your trailer. That's right there. And then your battery levels charged, fresh water, black, gray, so on. And you have your levels right there. Okay. Now, this is your TV hook up here, obviously. This device here with the little green LED is your digital signal booster for the digital antenna. I could shut it off, but you won't get a good picture. So when you got a TV on here, you're going to have that turned on or else you won't get a good picture. Okay, this is your remote for your sound here. So this particular one plays CDs and DVDs. It plays AM, FM radio. You've got a USB to stream off of. You have 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. And it has all the normal features with presets and a clock and that sort of thing, but it does everything you need and then some. Down here is your furnace, or no, sorry, it's not your furnace. Down here is your fireplace, which is also a space heater. All right, so you can, let me see here. So right now the H is flashing, which means the fan speed is high. Let me see if I can change it here. So there's low speed, high speed, and off, if you can read that. So it really kicks out the heat. And then you have this here, which changes your colors. Okay. And it also has a timer, so you can set it to turn on and off when you want it to. So, and then off, of course. Okay, it's a good space heater. You don't have to use up your LP, your limited supply of LP, because you're going to on those days where it's not really cold enough to run the furnace. You could just run this and take the chill out. It uses regular electricity. This is your remote. Let me see if it works here. Yeah, so that's the remote for your fireplace right there. Okay, set that up there. And this is the other end of the bracket, which is good. They gave it to you so you can put this on your TV, and you already have a bracket in that case, which is good. Alrighty, so your keys are hanging right here. We're still cleaning here, so it's a little bit dirty, but your microwave is right here. This is the range hood for your to vent to the outside. It also has a light in it. So if you remember, I told you if you're venting to the outside, you want to open that baffle so it flaps freely. Your range is pretty simple. You just turn this clockwise to spark it. You got 3 burners and 3 knobs, and you got the oven. I don't know if he's got the gas turned on. We'll see here. No. But if it was on, you can turn it to light and then spark this by turning it clockwise in the light. Now the oven is a little different. You have a pilot light all the way at the back there. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to the picture of the flame, and then you depress it. You keep it depressed. Then you're going to light this down here, and after it lights, you still hold it for another 10 seconds. Then you go to operating temperature. When you shut it off, the pilot light goes off, so you have to relight the pilot light each time you use it. Alrighty. Your refrigerator is a gas absorption refrigerator. Okay, let me shut it off here. I'm sorry. So that's auto. Auto is the most common way to use it. Auto means electricity. The reason they call it auto is because it automatically seeks out electricity. If it can't find it, it'll automatically switch over to gas. Or let's say you're gone for the day and you have a power outage at the campground, and the refrigerator would sense that and automatically switch it over and light it on gas so you don't spoil your food. So, okay, the only other thing to know about this is this piece right here, which is not in the right position here. This is a thermistor. I don't know if I can do it with one hand here. I might have to set the camera down. I'm going to set the camera down here. Bear with me, please. This will tuck into here. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. So this is just a clip that holds the thermistor in place. Then you're going to clip it on a fin, and you go up with it as high as it can go. The higher you go with it, like this sticker says, the cooler it gets in the refrigerator, so you want that up high. Okay? That's how you set the temperature. This device down here is your power converter. So what this does, it converts AC to DC power. So when you're plugged in, this is your AC side, this is the distribution panel, and you got circuit breakers like you'd see at home, and they're all labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here, and you got 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled. Okay. It also is a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery up front needs and has, and it'll if your battery's charged, it'll just trickle a couple amps out there to maintain it. If it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs. So this charges your battery when you're plugged in. Now when you're pulling it down the road, the alternator on your tow vehicle will charge your battery. So 2 ways to charge it. Okay. As you can see, obviously the table folds down. You can use the cushions to fill in the space to turn it into a bed. You've got your 2 bunks here. And this, I would bet, is a jackknife maybe. Let's see. Yeah, this couch jackknife's flat, so you got another bed. Just so we know, this device here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. If not, get it serviced. If it goes off, you take everybody outside, shut the gas off, figure out what's going on. Of course, this is your thermostat. You light it up by hitting the mode once. You go through the mode, and it'll go through fan, which is the air conditioner running without the compressor. Then it will go to cool, which is the, let me shut this off here so it doesn't, it'll go to cool, which is the air conditioner running. Always run the air conditioner on auto fan, that's the best way to go. And then the next one will go to furnace, which is your LP furnace, so it's very simple to use. Okay. So, this GFCI, all the plugs in the trailer are wired to a GFCI, so keep that in mind. If you're using one outside and it pops, you will reset it there. You have a 3-speed fan, which is that's a good one. That's a fantastic fan. So it really, if you put it on low or 1, it is very quiet, but if you put it on 3, it'll really crank. Now when it comes to the toilet, this is the flush pedal here. The toilet sits directly over the black tank. So before you use it, you have to put a dose of chemical and stand on the pedal and put about a gallon of water in it. And you're set to go. The thing is, you can't use it dry without chemical or water, or the smell will be terrible, plus you could get clogged up. So you always start your camping trip when your black tank is empty. You start the camping trip by putting at least a gallon of water along with a dose of chemical in there. Okay? Alrighty, so move up to the bedroom. It's just pretty typical. There's nothing really unique about it. Other than you have hookups here. If you open your doors, you'll see you got TV hookups. They're stored underneath the bed, of course. This is your emergency escape window. Okay. All right. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember to inspect your roof on a regular basis to make sure it's good and tight and there's no water getting in. And right now, this trailer has been de-winterized, so the water heater is in camping mode, and the antifreeze has been purged out, and everything's filled with fresh water, so it's ready to be camped in right now. Okay? Thank you.